All right, shalom, shalom. First things first, I'm going to give our honor and praise unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Kodash, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, Barakati Yahweh, Barakati Yahushai, by Hashem Kodash for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. We give double honor to our apostle elders, which are the apostle elders at Great Millstone, that have been diligently doing this work, pushing this truth out through the spirit of Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai on a high level, man. This is a follow-up lesson to the lesson I did yesterday, because I was going to do it at the same time, but the spirit really didn't have it come out then. But it must need be watched, man, because what's taking place right now, you got a lot of things happening that we need to pay attention to. You know, at the end of the day, you can't get wrapped in it, but things are taking place on multiple levels, multiple fronts. Okay, if you brothers know about world wars, battles take place on multiple fronts, okay? So you can't just concentrate to one thing and then other thing. There's going to be multiple things going on in the planet Earth on the coming of Yahweh Shah, man. Which is, hey, beautiful, man. We're closer now than we've ever been. One day closer to the kingdom, like brothers say. All right, so I'm going to play this video, and it'll self-examine. The title of the video, it's not the same, because you have Trump saying that the impeachment is a modern-day lynching, which it's not a modern-day lynching, because that's not the same. All right, they're trying to equate what our suffering. It's funny how our suffering is so dramatic that people can compare it to. You know, it's comparable, but we tell them, hey, look, you know, this happened to us. They tell us to let it go. But our suffering was so dramatic that it's comparable to certain things. People use us as a measuring stick. That's how you got to think. Your punishment in the atrocities that the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans went through was so bad that it's now a measuring stick. When you say, damn, it feels like this. Hey, shalom to the shalom on the comment board too. Shalom. But like it says, they need to watch what they say. So let me play this. I'm not gonna get too far into it, but I'm gonna play this and you'll see what I'm saying to the T. Okay, let's go.
Allies breaking with him.
Given the history in our country, I would not compare this to a lynching.
Hold on. Slack. Here we go from the beginning.
Some Republicans criticizing President Trump tonight over what he tried out as a new impeachment defense, claiming that the impeachment probe is similar to a quote.
Satan. I ain't had no.
That the impeachment probe is similar to a quote.
Let's go back.
As a new impeachment defense, claiming that the impeachment probe is similar to a quote lynching. Top allies breaking with him.
Given the history in our
and it says they're top allies. So even Trump's main supporters had to say something about this, you know, because they can't hold. Hey, at the end of the day, they know what they did is wrong, because the Lord is putting their sins in their face, man. They're starting to know they got to pay for it. But that's, you know, let's let it play.
I would not compare this to a lynching. That was an unfortunate choice of words.
That's not the language I would use.
You said some language you use. Why wouldn't you use that language?
I don't agree with that language. It's pretty simple. What? Lynching or mob murders are a traumatic relic of American racism. In a little context tonight, over 3,900 black men, women, and children have been lynched through 1950, including over
3,500. 3,000. Let's round it up to 5. If you Akim and sisters know what I'm talking about, it goes to 5. You round up after it's on 5. So let's say 4,000 lynchings. 4,000 Jakes that were known. These were the recorded ones. How much the ones that weren't recorded or there was nobody around? So at least 4,000 men, women, and children were lynched, hung from a tree till they died, man. All right, this is Esau's records. It's not our record. This is not me trying to be, you know, put dirty laundry. No, this is public record.
100 in South Carolina. So think about that as you look at South Carolina's 2 U.S. senators today. They're both Republicans. Tim Scott, the first black senator to be elected in the southern U.S. since Reconstruction was ending in the late 1800s. The other is Lindsey Graham, who once declared Trump a, quote, race-baiting bigot in 2015, but today defended Trump's lynch comment.
What does lynching mean? That a mob grabs you, they don't give you a chance to defend yourself. This is a joke, this is a sham, and this is a political lynching.
Meanwhile, the former head of the RNC, Michael Steele, went to Twitter.
No, it's not. No one died. No one's dying. That's what a lynching ends with, is the life of that person they're lynching is dead. Okay? It's not the same thing. So let's play this and then
Showing that lynching is, as he put it, and I want to warn you, this image is disturbing, a reality. He posted this documentary picture of a black man hanging from a tree, pressing Donald Trump to understand that is what an actual lynching looks like. I'm joined now by Rutgers professor Brittany Cooper. Your view of this?
I'm so deeply offended as the descendant of African Americans who were enslaved. But also what is so interesting is the way that Trump is invoking spectacular violence, the spectacular violence of lynching, as a way to argue that this is what the state is doing to him. That he is so privileged in his white masculinity that he thinks that the simple act of being held accountable for committing crimes in full view of the American public is the same thing as having your life stolen away by state actors who think that the simple color of your skin is the reason to rob you of your rights. It's completely insane and offensive, and I think we shouldn't allow him to flip the script here. Donald Trump is the violent white nationalist who has presided over the unleashing in this country of racial sentiments that we have not seen in my lifetime. We have seen an uptick in violent hate crimes since his presidency, and so the idea that he would invoke that history as a way to say that he is being victimized is something that all folks should be calling him out for, and Lindsey Graham is just absolutely ridiculous.
And I wonder if, as we look at this, there are politicians in both parties who at times have used this language.
Sure.
And I wonder if you could give us your views on whether it's also not strictly racial, because...
all right, we ain't gonna go too much into that. Hey, Shalom to you, Akim, on the comment board, man. This right here is showing you that men's goings of the Lord, for him to say that, being where he stands at, that's showing you that what he's throwing shots. He said, oh, I feel like a lynching. Esau feels like a victim, man. Hey, Shalom, Esau feels like a victim. That's the mentality of somebody that's insane. Jeffrey Dahmer didn't know what he was doing was wrong. Gates didn't know what he was doing was wrong. That's the mentality of somebody that's a psychopath. Okay, not saying, just putting it out there. Every serial killer didn't know what they were doing was wrong, and in the time they condoned it. So Esau's condoning the mass murder of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans as something that's comparable to getting put up for impeachment. Impeachment, you have to know, impeachment means you just can't do no presidential acts. He's still gonna be in office. But Esau's threatening to wreak violence, and who's he going to go that violence against? He's not going to do it against all his people. He's going to go against his own ones, man. That's it. This is Psalms. This is from Stop and Listen. Hey, Shalom, Mike. This is Psalm 7:16. His mischief shall return upon his own head. And that's exactly right. If you see mischief, it's the word mischief. Let's look right here. Let's go right into the word mischief. My computer's been acting up, so please forgive me. I'm trying to get the blue letter open, but now Esau wants to fuck with it, man. Let's see here. But I'll read this. It says, his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violence dealing shall come down upon his own soul. So everything that he's doing, he's going to have to answer for. He's going to have to answer for all these things that he's done: rape, rob, murder, the taking of ourselves, our identity. He stole our identity. Nobody wants to be a thief, man. I'll say this again. Nobody wants to be a thief. A thief does things sneaky because he doesn't want to be caught. The worst thing you can do to a thief is expose him, man, as a thief. If you ever stole anything, what's your main concern? To get out of that store or wherever you at without having no type of to be caught, man. That's it. Pati, Quadah, head, crown, top of head. So you see the mischief, man. If that's the word mischief, Baba Kashal. You see what's going on right now. Esau's being found out to be what, man? He's found out to be the murderer. He's found out to be the thief. He don't want that. He don't want that title on himself. So what he's doing now, he's dispersing out the blame. He's putting it here, he's putting it there. He's trying to establish himself as innocent. Oh, I didn't steal nothing. No, you stole it, my man. You stole. That's why Zechariah says what? A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. That's what you see happening, man. A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod. Because Yahweh Shem Yahshua has put this man into a corner. So what does he have to do? He has to bite. He has to strike. The Lord put him into that corner. We didn't. We put him into that corner through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But at the end of the day, the Lord has put him into a corner that he has to strike, man. He has to lash out at us. He's not lashing out at Moab. He's just setting them up to push forth his record. But just to show you with Kim Jong-un, he fell right into play, man. So he's not a threat. So who's the real threat on the planet Earth? Is you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which you should feel proud of. You should feel proud that you were nothing, man. Oh, Khan, that's it. Mischief. I'm Allah. I'm Al. Salakia. I'm Al. Toil, trouble, labor, trouble, mischief, toil, labor. So you seeing it right there, man. The trouble that he's putting up. Let me read it one more time so we make sure we got the right verse 16. Now let's read it on the screen. It says what? His mischief, his trouble shall return upon his own head. So everything that he's doing that is trouble, calling us this, calling us that, oh, lynchings, all these things are going to come upon him. That's why he's saying, oh, it's a mob murder. Lynchings are going to come back, man. But it's not going to come back in the way that he's thinking it's going to come back. Because what's getting ready to happen now, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans are off punishment, man. You are off punishment. You got to accept that. The Jake in the world or Jake that's playing in the truth, they have not accepted that their punishment is over, man. They think that the Lord is just going to beat them. No, man. The Most High is mercy. You got to remember the Most High's mercies, man. His mercies is great. So they don't think they're worthy enough to be saved and to be taken out of their punishment. So what do they go? They say, oh, I'm staying where I'm at. I don't have no problem with staying under the hand of my enemy, man. And it says his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate. And let's look up that word pate. The word there is quadah, if I'm not mistaken. It says head, crown of head, top of head, crown, scalp, which means the top. The rulership, man, the top tier of Esau, man, is getting ready to be judged because they're the ones that are getting ready to go the first round of slaves, man. So read it again. And his mischief shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealings shall come down upon his own pate, which is crown. That's the top of Esau's rulership, which is the elites. Because what's happening, we're getting ready to what? Who's going to be the first round of slaves that have to taste hell? Not just taste punishment. You're going to taste unadulterated hell. You got to bury bodies. You got to dig holes. You got to do things that are what? Slave worthy. And being in a spoiled lifestyle, that's going to be even harder, man. Have you ever worked a job 12 hours? You've never done it before. Your body aches, man. Your whole spirit is aching, man. Like it's hard on you because you've never done it before. So imagine these elites that have been catered to, pampered. They're going to have to taste labor they've never even fathomed, man. So the Lord is going to punish them. That's it. Hey, that's it. This is Job 20 and 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, hard times. Because he thinks that putting us in slavery and taking Jake, that's it. He thinks he's gonna get away with, putting us in back in bondage, because that's what these last days are about. You Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans being put back under bondage. You're not free anymore, because what's happening, we as the hopeful elect that are waking up, Esau cannot have you running around rampant, man. You're a liability now. You have turned from just a slave, a tool for whatever he wants, to now you're a liability, man. He can't have you running around free. Because why? Because now you're gaining clout in his own society, man. Okay, you're gaining traction in his own society. That's why when you walk into a store, a Edomite will look at you. Especially if you're doing right, you're doing good, Edomite will look at you and see, what's, man, these Jakes, or not Jakes, they ain't gonna say Jakes. I know the word they're gonna say, but let's read here. This is Job 20 and verse 22. And it says, in his fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And it's talking about what? Because you see what? The Jake's going to come up. Israel is going to come up. And it says, when he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. So he's eating now. So he's getting ready to eat. That's why he has to take us out of the way. We're the only stumbling block in Esau's path, man. He would have pushed this chip way before earlier, but he couldn't, because what? We've been bringing out the truth. That's why he has to cut YouTube, cut us out of the picture. Then he can push his agenda, because we're a thorn, man. That's why, Lord willing, me and the brother gonna put a video. It says what? The elect has become a plague. The elect is a plague. We as the hopeful elect and people waking up, we are a plague, man, unto Egypt. Because what? We're not going against, we're going against the grain in every single aspect, man. From the food to the clothes, of course you're going to wear mixed fabric, but I'm saying we're going against the grain of society, man. That's why they call us extremists. We're extreme, man, the way we live. I had somebody tell me today, oh, you don't want to worship our holidays. We got different religions. At the end of the day, I'm not worrying about that, man. This season, these times are the most wicked. But what do? You just go as a pilgrim. You don't worry about it, but you stand out, man. You not wanting to worship Christmas, Thanksgiving, you stand out as a thorn, man. Even in your own parents and your own family's lives, you stand out as a thorn. We're set up as a plague to this place. That's what we're set up for. That's why Nero said that the Israelites burnt down Rome. He made us even more of a problem, but he knew we were a problem prior to him accusing us. He just put a stamp on it, man. So we've been a problem. Oh, I got a precept, man. Hold on. I got a precept. Oh, don't let the computer freeze, man. Hold on, Akil. Here we go. Check this out. Hey, I found this today. I was gonna make a lesson on it, but I'm gonna share with you, Akil, man. Check this out. This is for everyone that's in this truth right now. This scripture is for you, man. This is Isaiah 47:3. And it says, thy nakedness shall be hold on. That's not it. Let me get right here. Right here. This is Romans. Man, this is a beautiful precept, man. I seen this and my spirits got invigorated. That's how you know this book is alive, man. This Bible is alive, man. It moves with us. It talks with us. It adjusts to the time that we in. In the scriptures, that's why it says, he said, I come in the volume of the book. Yahushua is in the scriptures, and he moves with us. That's why he gives us the precepts we need at the certain times. This is the book of Romans 1:8. And it says, first, I thank my power through Yahushua Mashiach. It says, first, I thank Yahweh through Yahushua Mashiach for you all you that are in the truth. Check this out. That your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world. Let me read that again, man. It says, first, I thank my power, Yahweh, through Yahushua Mashiach, for you all, that your faith is spoken of throughout the whole world. Check that out, man. Your faith is being spoken of. Just because you an Israelite, they can put terrorists, they can put extremists, they gonna put Israelite before that. They gotta put what? Even though they put black Israelites. They're saying because it says in the land that you were said you are not my people, there shall be said that you are the people of the living power, man. So you were being spoken of as what? That it's even in the conversation. I'm gonna tell you something. This is the sign I always try to bring out. It says in Esau has literally built his own trap for himself, because it says what? That there is no such thing as bad publicity. Let me see if it'll load up, man. Hey, this is beautiful, man. This is beautiful. That's why I'm so every day I live in this truth is I learn more and more. The Lord has given us things, man, and raising us up and bringing us into he's raising up a government body, man. The men, women, and children that learn of this truth, you're being built up as a government body, man. You're going to govern things. We're going to be governors of the world to come. And that's the Lord's choice. It's not us. You can't go and say, oh, yeah, this and that. That's why it says, let not thy sins weigh you down. Because if the Lord has chose you, who are you to not choose yourself? Who are you to go against the Most High's choice? The Most High, it says, none of the wicked shall understand. So if you understand this truth, and you believe in this truth, and you go after this truth with your whole heart, come on, man. Jake beats themselves. That you ever heard you're your own worst critic? That's what Jake is getting caught up. What it said, no such thing as bad, right there. I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you, brother, something, man. Everything that's happening right now, Esau built himself into his own cage. Now the computer gonna act up, man. It ain't act up this whole time, man. That show you don't want it coming out. You know, I'll speak about it. If it don't load up, I'll still speak on it. But I want y'all to see it, because you know, once you see it for yourself, then it's just not me talking. All right, so almost there. Come on, man. I'm trying to get it to y'all, man. That's the problems with live streams, you know, but it's sort of easier to do it on my phone. It won't let me live stream on my actual laptop. Yeah, let me try to slow it up. The water. Let me try to slow it up. I'm gonna exit out of this. Let me try to exit out of this one right here. But I keep speaking. It says there's no such thing as bad publicity. So with us getting this bad rap, that's not bad in this society. Because Esau, okay, Khan, there you go right there. Let me exit out of this. There we go. Okay, it says no such thing as bad publicity. There we go. No. Come on, man. Get behind me, Satan. But it says no such thing as bad publicity. That means everything that you do in Esau society, even if you come out looking like a weirdo, even though you're in the being talked about, that's still putting a attention to your so-called cause or who you are as a person. So there's no such thing as bad publicity. So just because we're being called terrorists and extremists, that's not bad publicity, because this truth is being said. Somebody, the elect, that's going to hear this is going to say, what? Black Hebrew Israelites? What are you talking about, black? Who are these black Hebrew Israelites, if they haven't heard of us? They're going to look it up, man. Google is mighty right now. So they're going to look it up. Yep. Wants to slow down. Let me get out of Camtasia, man. Let me see. Hold on. 1 second, Akim. 1 second. I ain't had this problem the whole time. Now I want to act up. I think I got too many things open at one time. I'm not even using my computer to live stream. That's the thing about it. Yeah, I see that, Doc. I definitely do see that, cause they fucking with it, man. They fucking with it. I don't turned everything off. It's all right, man. If you brothers bear with me, man, Salakia, man, please, cause I feel this message needs to get out, man. So I'm not gonna stop. Go get one of my Bibles downstairs, out of my bag. Yep, we finna get it the old-fashioned way, man. Look, I'm gonna show you brothers what's going on. I can't click. My mouth stopped moving. I don't even know what that message is. I don't even know what's going on, man. But we gonna keep moving, man. I know Jake. Attention. All right. Let me put it right here. This is the book. Hey, give my one of the pops, man. Please. Gracious. All right, I'm back, Akim. I'm back. All right. If you weren't doing the right thing, they wouldn't even mess with you, man. Yep. All right, so let's go into these precepts. This is the book of Daniel. Let's go into Daniel real quick. This is Daniel 9 and verse 12. Now I know must need come out, so we gonna get it. This is the book of Daniel's 9 and verse 12. And it says, and he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us and against our judges that judgeth us by bringing upon us a great evil. For under the whole heaven hath not been done, hath been done unto Jerusalem. So there's nothing that's been done on the planet Earth that has not happened to us. So for him to compare lynching compared to our plight, that's not correct, man. Okay, because we have been, that's how you know we're the chosen, through our cursings. That's how we can say we're the Israelites. Can the so-called Jew, where's the people asking the Jews? Because there's going to be a question that's going to be brought up. How are you so-called Amalekites, you Jewish people in the land of Israel? How are you under the curses? That's why Esau took so great length to try to falsify the curses. You cannot doctor up the curses, man. You can't doctor up prophecy. That's why he's in the land right now. That's why he killed however many millions of his own people to try to fit the prophecy, man. That's all he tried to do. But there's nothing that's been done that's comparable unto you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans under the whole planet Earth. There's no other nation that can tie unto your curse. It says, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us. What's the law of Moses? Deuteronomy 28. On down, man, all the way to the end. It says, as it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil has come upon us. What now we got to go to what? What evil was that? Hold on 1 second. Because we always read it, but now that's the precept. It says what? Deuteronomy 28 in verse 15. And it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy power, to observe and do all these commandments and statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Because the word evil means bad times. So these bad things have been put onto us, man. That's it. This is the book of Lamentations 4 and 6. Let me see. Let me get to it. I'm going to get it right in here. It says Lamentations 4 and 6. It says, for the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom. So what happened to the sin of Sodom? He destroyed it, and that was it. Our punishment is ongoing, man. Our punishment, our hardship is ongoing. We have not stopped being punished by Yahweh Shem Yahshai unto this very day. But there's a small remnant that's being given the truth. All right. Lamentations 4 and 6. And it says, for the punishment of the iniquity of the daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown as in a moment, and no hand stayed on her. So when the Lord stayed a punishment on you, that means it's worse, man. Because Sodom is gone. Sodom, Zidon, in the five cities, they're gone, man. Sodom and Sodom and the 5 cities of the plain have been destroyed. They're gone. They're ashes. But what's happening to us? We still here catching hell, man. We died. We've died and come back and caught hell. Died, come back, caught hell. That's it, man. Okay. So let me get this precept and we're gonna get up out of here, man. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 3. This is Isaiah 47 and verse 3. And it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. So right now with this conversation with the lynchings, that's Esau's shame being brought up to his face to say, look, your shame ain't, your problems is not the same as the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. You didn't suffer the same things that we did. It's not equivalent. That's why I said the title of this video says what? We are not the same. It is not the same. Okay? This is the book of Isaiah 34 and verse 8. Let me make sure I got the right one. It's Isaiah 34 and verse 8. It says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance. Okay, Khan, I'm going to go to 6. Let me jump back to Lamentations. This is Lamentations. Lamentations 4 and verse 6. And it says, for the punishment of the iniquity of thy daughter of my people is greater than the punishment of the sin of Sodom, that was overthrown in the moment, and no hand stayed upon her. And then let me jump to Isaiah 34:8, or 34:6, Salakia. And it says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made fat with the fatness, with the blood of lambs and goats. Khan, I gotta pick it dry, bro. I gotta pick it dry. And it says, the sword of the Lord is filled with blood, and it is made fat with the fatness and with the blood of lambs and goats, and with the fatness of kidneys of rams. For the Lord has a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. It says, and the unicorns shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls in their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. So this is illustrating a great slaughter, man. What you see right here is the Lord is setting Esau up for a slaughter. Everything is not for us going into punishment. Yes, Jake is going to have to go through hell, man. We're going to have to go through Jacob's trouble. Jake going to have to not eat for a day, or you know, drink some wine for a while. But that's not, we're being geared for our salvation. Esau is being geared for his judgment. That's the bottom line. We're coming out of our punishment. He's falling into his. So it's not going to be the same. And it says, for it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of the recompense and Salakia. For it is the day of the Lord's vengeance and the year of his recompense for the controversy of Zion. What's the controversy of Zion? Is the lynching, the rape, rob, and murder. That's why it says, he that toucheth you touches the apple of mine eye. So everything that's happening right now is for the controversy of Zion, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And it says, verse 9, and the streams therefore shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become a burning pitch. So what the Lord did to Sodom and Gomorrah, that was like a nuclear explosion took place. Now the Lord is going to do it with an actual, he gave. That's why it says he formeth the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, that bring forth the weapons for his indignation. So that's what he's going to do it with their own hands. That's why it says your own hands shall fall upon you. Your own devices shall fall upon you. The Lord made that happen. So he pretty much gave him enough rope to hang himself with. That's why he's going to take it over, and he's going to put the spirit on these other nations to launch these thermonuclear weapons on this place, man. You know, don't worry about no bodega attacks. That's not what you need to be worrying about. You need to start worrying about Russia, China, and their allies, man, because all we're doing is reading these scriptures. They got their missiles pointed at Babylon, man. And they're ready to go, man. They got that evil thought. The evil thought is in their head. The evil thought has been in their minds for a long time. That's why they're making covenants with themselves. Khan, they finna come down. These missiles ain't playing no games. That's why it says judgment is blind, man. Judgment is blind that's guided by the hands of the Lord, man. Judgment's coming down on this planet Earth, and Esau don't know what to do with it. He thinks it's gonna be something that he's on the receiving end. He was on the dealer end, now he's on the receiving end. This is the last scripture, I'm gonna end on out. This is Nahum 3 and verse 5. It says, behold, I am against thee, said. Let me get verse 4. I really could get let me get 3. It says, the horseman lifted up both bright sword and glittering spear. What's the horseman? That's the thermonuclear holocaust that's getting ready to come down. It says the horseman lifted up both the bright sword and the glittering spear, and there is a multitude of slain, a great number of carcasses, and there is none end of their corpses. So there's going to be bodies on top of bodies on top of bodies. They stumble upon their corpses because the multitude of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mystery of witchcraft that selleth nations through her whoredoms, and families through her witchcraft. And that's what you see, man. Jake is a prime example of that. We are a prime example of being sold and put into witchcraft because they use Jake to what? Push forth their witchcraft. The sports world, that's why they pay Jake $5.6 million, $10 million. They're paying these Jakes that much money because they're worth more than they think, because they're helping their nation be destroyed by their lifestyle, man. Because Jake follows them, man. You know, he follows them, man. So, hey, man, shalom, the water for you brothers coming by. It was a beautiful, beautiful thing, man. I didn't know where the lesson was gonna go. So, like it for the slight hiccup on there, but hey, we in there, man. You know, and I want to give all praise unto Yahweh Bashim Yahshua for this truth, knowledge, and wisdom. And I want to say shalom to you, Akim, and like the lesson say, it's not the same, man. Our plight and Esau's so-called plight is not the same, because they compare it unto our plight because it's a horrible, horrible thing that happened to us. But that right there is getting ready to put us to the kingdom of heaven, man. We've been purified. All right. This is the last time we're going to have to taste sin. We're going to have to eat of this cup, man. Drink of this cup. Eat of the meal of judgment, man. All right. We've cleaned our plate. All right. We've digested it. We've shit it out, man. All right. We're coming to that time. So with that, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh Bashim Yahshai, Bashim Rakak. Shalom to you, Akim, that came by. The water for the precepts, man. A lot of fire came out, man. A lot of fire. There was some hindrance, but we pushed through, man. So shalom, man.